And today we're reacting to craziest September of all time. 17 days in. I know we had a big event that just happened, Charlie thing, but ultimately, what else has happened? It's kind of been a blur, bro. I don't know when it's Sunday, Tuesday. I just know for a fact it's Wednesday today. Feel me? But normally I don't know what's going on. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
I know I usually do a recap at the end of every year, covering everything that happened from influencers to politics to memes. And I'm happy to say that will be coming out. But this September, I just had to talk about it a little bit because people have been memeing on it and just saying,
what the f is going on?
Every day I'm waking up seeing a new jaw-dropping story across the world. As of recording, we're literally halfway through this month, and Charlie Kirk got assassinated. Life was just found on Mars. Nepal overthrew its government. Roblox.
Life was found on Mars. Bro, at this point, bro, like, I don't know, man. I used to not be the space is fake type of person, but we had been on Mars for a while now. We've seen a lot of rocks and dust, and now life is just finally showing itself in 2025. And, you know, the planet could. I'm sure it takes a long time to see the whole planet, but come on, man.
This is getting sued by a YouTuber. Russia's invading Poland. A dead body was found in a music artist's car, and the Epstein files released. If this is 2025, we're not going to survive 2026. I guess we can start off in order with Roblox getting sued by Law by Mike. Roblox has been going through the gutter ever since Schlep made that exposed video on them.
Facts.
They've been losing billions and getting clowned on by the internet. Having politicians step up to fight against them, then getting sued by a state. I mean, when your game has...
They are in hell right now, as they should be. You feel me? They need to get some things together, fix some things. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're just this. They were this game made to prey on, but you know, they obviously didn't do the things that they needed to do to clear the things that needed to clear up, and they're dying on a hill not worth it dying on.
Animations like this, should we be surprised?
Hey.
This isn't even the worst of them. Like, if I showed the worst, this video will probably get taken down. So on September 1st, Law by Mike dropped a video saying he's suing Roblox and pointed out all the f***ed up things Roblox has yet to address.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm going to skip over this just because, let me tell y'all, I had my channel I had a strike on my channel, right? The thing about, let me get to a different part. The thing about this is the fact that since it's about what it's about, and the strike that I got on this channel just last week is about what this is about. I don't even want to say the words. It's just about somewhat that, and it gave me that 7-day strike. I'm skipping over this. Sorry, y'all can go to Tommy's channel and watch this part if y'all want to come back and see. But I cannot risk it. I can't.
The 33,000 pages being released is only partially makes me sick to my stomach. This was really the devil, bro. How did we live on the same planet as him? But randomly out of nowhere, a government branch decided to force Epstein's estate to release his 50th birthday book, which did indeed expose Trump for signing an inappropriate letter to Epstein. I always wonder how these rich dudes get so freaked out. Their freaky is always 10 octaves above the public. I don't know if I can show the letter, but I'm not gonna risk it because this vid might get taken down. It takes like 2 seconds to find on the internet anyways. The letter itself is a bad drawing of a naked woman's body with Trump's signature directly on the bottom of it. I feel like in the past...
Whoa. What? What is that? So, who's doing that? That's definitely like some yeah, send me that, let me have that, and then, you know, I just need something on you just in case something happens. Then you can endure all the pleasures that I have to offer. Pause. You feel me?
As if people heard that a president got exposed for signing a nude letter to a they would assume.
God. 449. I'm skipping this part, guys. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Not gonna lie, two men having a fictional conversation written on a letter has got to be some form of zesty. There is never a time you'd ever see me and my homies do this with each other. At the end of the letter, the last thing Trump wrote is, "A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and let every day be another wonderful secret." Well, surely he clarified at least what he meant there.
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak. And anybody that's covered me for a long time knows that's not my language.
Oh. Well, I have no reason to say he's lying. I believe him. Moving on. It's crazy because if I'm president and I'm accused of being a like this, and I'm saying someone's smearing me with fake signatures and all that, I'm instantly releasing a forensic analysis showing it's fake. Like, I run the country, give me the best one and get it done in a couple hours. But ever since he said this, there hasn't been a single peep from him about it. You've had to have some real genius out there to smear Trump with a fake signature 20 years ago knowing he would be president just to use it as blackmail against him.
Yeah,
people
facts.
are pointing out also he has signatures from the past that look exactly like the one with Epstein, and even ones he signed in 2022 with that exact one. But he's changed up the signature ever since becoming president, which makes you think, is this man really dumb enough to think people won't go back to his old signatures and compare them to see how alike it is? The answer is probably yeah. Russia now might invade Poland, so yay, another World War III threat this year. At this point, how many World War III threats?
Bruh, facts. World War III about to start, y'all. It's about to happen. We all getting drafted. Bro, I get drafted, hey man, I'm going out there, I'm fighting. Just gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to just go out now. At the end of the day, what? I'm the firstborn. So I don't even think, is that how it works? They can't do that, right? Unless they switch some stuff up. But I should be alright.
Are we at this year? Because every month I'm hearing a rumor that the may start up and I'm gonna have to get ready to be drafted. This month, Russia decided to send drones to Poland's airspace, which they say was an accident and they weren't intentionally aimed there. What's up with these governments thinking people in the world don't have brains like them? It's actually disrespectful because they deadass think we're all toddlers and can't tell what's real and what's not. Although nothing was really damaged and the drones turned out to be decoys apparently, Poland was not messing around with these. Word on the street is Poland's moving like the Texas of Europe. They deployed their jets to shoot down the drones because you gotta show dominance. And they also invoked Article 4 of the NATO treaty, which means they're now meeting with all other countries to discuss where further to go with this. All it takes is for them to agree to move to Article 5, and we potentially in them World War III trenches. The military better be able to hold this out with my
Nobody wants to do that though. No, that the pain and the detrimental things that would come with like a war like that, with war just period. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody, we trying to talk it out, bro. The money, the resources, the politics of this all. Everybody wants to kind of stay away from that. Unless you in like the Middle East or something. They will get, it seems like we gonna get down. We're fighting for that land. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately.
tax dollars, because that draft is one I will be dodging. I don't care if I gotta act like Timmy from South Park, I'm not going. While a country was attacking another country, Gen Z in Nepal just said F it and burned down their government. Finally, Gen Z, it's time for us to rise up. I don't know why, but I thought in our lifetime we would never see a government overthrown with all of our modern technology. I thought we was and shit. Our generation got a bunch of femboys and furries. Are these the people that are supposed to fight? Like, whenever I see footage of a government being overthrown, it's always from the 80s or in black and white. But this all started.
How do you overthrow the government? You just go in, you just like, is overthrowing the government just tearing down a building or something?
When in Nepal, the government decided to randomly ban all major social media platforms. And with stuff like this, it's always a buildup. The people there already.
Wait, so you ban social media, okay? How do you cut it back on just because you went and tore the building up? You can't cut that back on. You're just living now you have no government.
Felt like the government was too corrupt. So this one little thing pushed them to the edge.
I'm with it though. I'm with it. I'm with it for sure. Like, y'all doing stuff like that. Nah, I'm with tearing down. I just wonder, what does this do though? Are these One Piece posters?
At first, the protesters started peacefully with people asking the government to change its ways. But then the police started using rubber bullets and tear gas fighting the protesters. The one thing you never do to a peaceful crowd is start firing at them, because their next and only option is revolt. So all the Gen Z kids started fighting back and crowding the streets, slowly adding up to more and more until the police couldn't handle it. And in the middle of this revolt, for some reason, there was a random British tourist there vlogging to witness it all. When all other media fails and there's no other source, always count on a random British man in a miscellaneous country recording it.
Facts. Random white man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the water bottle.
On second thought, the overthrowing campaign
Let's say must have to cut the audio out here.
that bad. They gave him water for free. Apparently the whole thing was actually very wholesome other than the government buildings getting burnt down. People were helping each other if they got injuries and driving them to the hospital. People set up stations to give each other food to refuel. And after everything burnt down and their previous prime minister resigned, they cleaned the street together and are gonna start building up everything again.
These people, they handle their business, man. They taking care of stuff over there. You know what I'm saying? Well, we just destroyed some stuff. Let's go ahead and clean up our mess. That's what I feel like. That needs to be the Bangladesh mindset, bro. Or just the Dhaka mindset. That's what I say. You feel me? They need to go ahead and have that same mindset. When I be watching those videos on Astral Dior channel, I be like, yo, like at some point you kind of all gotta come together and say, hey, I get it, bro. You know, we are used to throwing trash outside, but we gotta get this cleaned up, bro.
Wait, this is the most peaceful overthrowing of a corrupt government I've ever seen. After all this, they of course had to elect new people in the government considering all the old government got pushed out. And the place they chose to pick their leader wasn't in person, wasn't through local polling. They elected their new prime minister through Discord. Say what you want about Gen Z, but we get things done in the stupidest possible way ever. New prime minister also would make her the first female prime minister in the country's history. So she got a lot on her plate, but you know what? Good luck to her and the rest of the Nepalian people. You could tell their government was corrupt because sadly there was 72 casualties just in the days of this going on. In America, if it came out the government off 72 people on the streets now, we would probably have a civil war all over the nation. Moving on, David, who's a singer
that'd be a crazy one. I don't know. If that were happening in America, that's a scary one. There's gonna be a lot of bloodshed though. It's too many guns. Like we got guns and it's too much stuff. They're gonna have to fight back. Yeah, it would be too
blew up
crazy.
in the past couple of years. Mainly becoming big off of TikTok as most artists do nowadays. If you think you've never heard of his name, I guarantee if you hear one of his songs, you probably heard it on a TikTok before. His Tesla had been found abandoned on the street and got towed to a local towing yard. It was there for a while when the workers started noticing a bad smell coming from it. And when they called the police found a body in a bag in the trunk. I could not be a cop because I would not be the same after seeing something like that. As soon as it came out, all of his fans were like, it's over. Their favorite TikTok artist turned into OJ. But it turns out at the time it got found, he was on tour already for a while. So unless he pulled some mafia type of calls and had someone taken out and left in his trunk for some reason, which doesn't make sense if you're trying to hide a crime, but whatever, then it was pretty much impossible for him to have done the crime. The police also said he's not a suspect and he's working with them to help. That's gotta be awkward to address to the public, right? Usually artists are addressing scamming allegations or something else, but a murder, that's a little more than what we normally see. But that, because now we got signs of Mars has life. One of NASA's rovers last year got a rock sample from Mars. And that specific rock sample is also connected to an ancient river on the planet. They say the Mars rocks are about 3.2 to 3.8 billion years old. Whenever I see stats like this, it's always crazy because it shows our lives are literally nothing in the grand scheme of things. I don't even believe the universe is that old for real. Show me some 4K.
Bro, same here, Tommy, bro. Billion. Like, think of I know y'all have seen the scale of $1 million next to like $1 billion. It's like, it's unfathomable. You're telling me that's how many, like, 1 billion?
Footage that I'll start believing. The scientists found minerals on the rock that can be linked to life-friendly signs, which they match with the ones we have here. It also had elements like carbon, which is linked to microbial life. The problem is, since we're on Earth and nobody's there, we can't fully confirm if it's 100% accurate. We have to manage on the rovers, which always have to break for some reason. But if they confirm it's true, it's the strongest evidence that Mars once had life like us or has life on it now. If they are there,
and if let's say that's the case, I still got to get up and go to work tomorrow. That's what's up. What do we do with that info? What are they up there doing? For what reason? What is this? What are they trying to do up there? I guess they're just exploring and figuring out. Just exploring. Maybe there's something that up there that they can help us and bring down. We wouldn't know if we didn't explore it, I guess, right? But right now, this is like a dead mission. We might need to go try to get to one of the other planets. I know it's probably not possible, but we need to figure something else out. Spend our time trying to figure that out.
I say we leave them alone. It would be kind of cool to chop up with the alien.
Yo, that actually just gave me chills right there. If I saw this in real life, I would have tweeted
and ask it how its life is going. Maybe have a little smoke session with it and get high. But we'll just drag them into our planet and all the bull we caused. They're probably gonna look at us like, damn,
I know we're kind of up, but damn, being born a human is crazy.
And for the last one, that's probably the most craziest thing that happened this month. You've all heard by now, but political commentator Charlie Kirk got assassinated in broad daylight. If y'all know me and my stances, y'all probably already know what I'm gonna say. Political violence is never the answer and doesn't solve anything. And judging from the reaction and the fallout from it, people are even more split than they already were. You got the dumbest of sides. One side laughing at a man getting gruesomely murked in front of hundreds of people, and the other side saying it's a civil war now and it's time to get locked and loaded.
It's time we rise.
Oh my god. This is so lame. I saw somebody say, at my old school at Texas State, bro. I was on TikTok and I saw, I guess, next to one of these places where normally they be hosting like debates and stuff. Somebody said Charlie Kirk was MLK, was the white man's MLK. That's what he said.
Why is Andrew Tate tweeting civil war? Don't even live here. Worry about your sex trafficking cases and crypto scams. Stop worrying about our affairs. To me, it looks like if this is the type of president we're setting for political commentators, like for politicians, it's one thing, even though it's bad too, that's something people more expect is a possibility. Then how far are we gonna go with this? Even though Charlie Kirk is on the more extreme side with stuff he says, it starts like that, then dwindles down to everyone else. It honestly shows how sad we've gotten, and I'm honestly scared of what's to come. Like for the people cheering online about this, now the other side is pissed and some insane person out there is probably gonna try to get some type of retaliation on a person or a group of people that are innocent as well. It's gonna be a never-ending problem, which is why it should be condemned. Is it now valid for you to get murked on the street because you had a disagreement with someone politically? Now that I've said that, even though I feel bad for his kids and I hope they can get through life well dealing with this, I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm actively crying and mourning the guy. Like, two things can be true at once. It can be true that he didn't deserve to go like that and gun violence is bad, but also I'm not gonna mourn someone who sent hate to all types of groups all the time. Charlie Kirk got one of the worst digital footprints on the internet. There's that clip people are posting everywhere when he's talking about the Second Amendment.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
And yeah, that's definitely not a good look for what happened. He's also said things like the Civil Rights Act was a mistake, said abortion is now worse than the Holocaust. He was a huge rage baiter, and even though I'm not going to celebrate what happened, I see why some people don't care. This whole thing has turned into a giant political butt fight. You got
Now, see, I'm not speaking too much. I have 3 videos on, but
all the conservatives blaming liberals and saying it's because of their rhetoric and the way they talk that it happened. And then you got the liberals saying that's hypocritical because they do the exact same thing and would probably laugh at one of their people on their side dying. I hate to have the commentator take, I guess, but yeah, it is truly both sides would act the same in the exact same scenarios if it was a person on their side. Like, it's just how things work. I do think it's funny, though, how all the conservatives are saying, how could people celebrate? Acting like they haven't been making
like they
fun
have
of...
never done that. That kills me. I gotta speak up every time. I say that every time a video like this comes up. How do y'all do that and then act like y'all didn't do that?
George Floyd for 5 years. George
Right.
Floyd jokes were never funny to me when they first happened.
For
and
real.
The fact they keep bringing them up nowadays like it's supposed to be some jump scare for black people, I guess. Like, bro, it's been 5 years, almost 6 years. Let it go, man. And now you got them treating him like a warrior, saying he's the MLK and Jesus. It's gotta be some form of blasphemous. How are you a Christian and don't know you can't compare any human to Jesus? If Charlie's their MLK, though, then I don't want to know who their Malcolm is. People may say to me, well, Tommy, he probably wouldn't have given you the same grace if it happened to you. And yeah, I'm sure if it did,
Probably. He wouldn't have.
It's tragic and all, but
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths.
I don't really like this excuse because I don't live my life according to how someone else may act towards me. Like, do you act in the same way as a person you don't like? All I know, though, is from this whole thing happening and getting this many people's thoughts on the internet, we were never meant to see everyone in the world's reaction to something for real. Nothing good can come from it, and y'all better strap in this month up until the end of the year because I have a feeling it's not gonna be a smooth ride until the end of it. Anyways, let me know y'all's thoughts on everything going on.
I think so. How can it get any worse? Now, in the event that anything happens, I want y'all to grab that part of me saying that right there and put the next parts that went worse and send it to me on stream. That being said, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Great for y'all. We gone, man. And did he let do it?